Today, I made my way down for a late evening fishing session on the pond in the field. The goal today was to catch the mirror carp in the pond. I went down with 2 rigs, got them casted out, and I did end up catching something, so let's get right into it. Today has 100% been the hottest day of the year so far. I'm pretty sure it was 31 degrees at one point. And the next few days are only going to get hotter. And today, all day long, I've been waiting to come carp fishing. I was going to come at noon, but realised it was way too hot and I probably wouldn't have caught a carp due to the extreme heat. So I've waited till late evening. It's currently 6 PM and I've got about 3 to 4 hours left of daylight currently, which is plenty of time to catch me a carp out this wonderful pond behind me. I definitely come to this place a lot more than I should. I come here all the time. I do love fishing it though. And I keep coming back because there's one certain fish that I really am desperate to catch. It's the mirror carp in this pond. I know he's in here. I've seen him lurking around on the surface, but I've never ever been able to land this mirror carp. I've only had a couple different common carp out of here, which is still great in my eyes, but the mirror carp is what I'm after. So today I'm going to try and target the mirror carp, and I don't know how you target a mirror carp, but I'm going to try and target it. I'm using 2 different rigs today. I'm using standard method feeder, and I'll probably pop a wafter on that one. And then I've bought a hair rig down with me today as well, so I'm going to pop some boilies out in this place, put some PVA bags on it and cast it out somewhere. Try a different method of fishing on it. Even now at 5:45, I said 6 o'clock earlier, but it's 5:45 to be precise. It's still 28 degrees, it says right there, and that's unbelievable for 6 PM. I know most of my audience is from the UK, but if you're not from the UK, 28 degrees is pretty hot for the UK. So it's an absolutely gorgeous day. Pond's looking lovely today. I don't know if you can see in the fields there, but all of the rapeseed has like absolutely bloomed. It was a right mission getting here today. Usually I just walk right across the field, but I had to plough through all of this today. It was like going through the jungle. I needed a machete to get it all down. Of course I didn't actually use a machete though. I just stomped it all down and got through it somehow. And in the couple minutes I've been here starting this video, I have heard 1 carp come on the surface over there. You know when you just hear them come up and they're suck the top of the water? I've heard one down there. So I'm just going to get my 2 rods set up. I didn't bring my 3rd rod today because it's completely unnecessary really. I don't even need 2 rods at this pond to catch, but I bought them just to maximise my chances basically. As you can see there, that one's got the method feeder on and this one has got the lead and then the hair rigs there. I do need to refresh the boilies because it's still got the boilie on from when I went night fishing last. But yeah, without further ado, I'm just going to get all set up now. There we are, that's the most of it set up. That rod's casted out over by the trees there. That's where the carp are most active in this pool. Then I've just got the rod pod set up and I'll get the hair rig out there now. Here's the hair rig I'm using. It's very, very simple rig. It's a pretty nice looking rig though. I've got obviously got the hair rig dangling there. I tied that one myself and I'm pretty proud of it to be honest. And obviously I've got the leg clip and everything on. So yeah, it'll do. All I've got to do is change this dry yellow boilie, pop on one of my fresh ones. These are the boilies I'm going to be using. I used these in my last video when I went night fishing. Although I didn't catch anything on them, they do seem like really great boilies and they have a really funky smell to them, which I think carp would love. It's got like a hint of krill. It says on the back here actually what's in it. It says a combination of natural meat, shellfish, squid, krill and other high level meats. So that's like a very fishy and a very like good scented bait for carp. And they do look really cool if you ask me. I'll get some out the bag. That's what they're looking like. Pretty simple. I've got one of them on the hair now. And I'm just going to knock up a PVA bag. I've still got a shed load of particle bait left from when I did my night fishing trip. So I'm going to utilise it here, put it to use. And I'm just going to heavily bait up some areas to try and lure as many carp as I can. Fingers crossed the mirror carp to my baits. There's the PVA bag on now. I've loaded it with hemp, sweet corn and whatever else is in that bait. I've got my boilie in there and I added 2 more of them boilies in there to get more out there to make it look a little bit more natural to the carp in here. And then I'll put some ground bait at the very bottom as you can see, just there. I'll cast this out now and hope for the best. Okay, now both of the rods are casted out. Honestly, the cast I did on that one just wasn't the greatest. There was a little bit of a knot in the line from when I went fishing last time, and it sort of stopped before it got to the place I wanted it to get to. But it's not exactly in a bad place, so I'll leave it there for 5 or 10 minutes. Only 5 or 10 minutes because I don't exactly like the location it's in. It's about 3 meters ahead of me, which is pretty close in. There we go, both of the rods are now out. Looking absolutely great. Very overgrown here, but that doesn't really matter. The rods are in and we're fishing. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a load of this bait in my catapult and catapult it underneath the tree over there and some in the middle to get some bait out and try and get the carp feeding on the bottom. Got a pretty big scoop in there and I'll just get that one ahead of me there. That was alright, I got most of it out. I'm finally just going to sit down and watch the rod tips now. Even though the bite alarms are on, I just like to watch the rod tips just in case I notice a bite before the alarm does. That way, I can hook the carp quicker. I say that though, carp are pretty much self-hooking fish, which is incredible really, because they just bite the boilie and the hook goes with them. But I do always like to be on board with the rods, because I like to start fighting the fish pretty quickly just so I don't lose it. Right, the location I've got my rod in is really starting to bug me. I keep looking at it. I don't know if you can see the end of the tips there and the line just goes straight down to there. It's really annoying, so I'm going to bring that in and knock up another PVA bag and get it out into the middle, because honestly there it's pretty deep. It's about 1.5 meters deep there, but I'd rather get it into the middle where it's about 2 to 3 meters deep. So I'm just going to start reeling it in now, and you watch. It'll take 2 seconds to get it in. There we go. It's already in. You can't see, but I'm in. There we are then. The fresh bag's finally knocked up. Look at all the hemp in there. I've absolutely packed that thing. And I'm just going to get it casted out into the actual desired location now, which is in the middle. Directly in the middle. That's perfect, that is. I got it exactly where I wanted it. Dot on in the middle. But right now, we've just got to wait for these lovely carp to bite. I think in this pond, the hair rig and the method feeder are the right rigs to use, because the bottom of the pool's really silty and it's really, like, muddy. It's not weedy at all. I know that because I've been swimming in it and I've touched the floor. It's just muddy and silty. That's all. The hair rig's perfect for it. If it was a bit weedy, though, I'd probably put, like, a Ronnie rig on or something, but I'm not going to need that today. Honestly, though, I think for these smaller ponds, the feeder's just the best. Method feeder's the way to go for smaller ponds, in my opinion. There's bubbles coming up absolutely everywhere you look. It's insane how many bubbles are coming up from fish today. You know what I didn't bring? I didn't bring my whip. I really do miss pole fishing this place. It's how I discovered the pond, really, and it's how I discovered fish was in it. Told this story many times before, but I used to come pole fishing all the while here and catch a ton of fish. But obviously now I've discovered there's carp in here, so I only ever fish for carp in it. I should probably bring the pole down here one day and just come for a specific pole session. I haven't done that in months, so it would definitely be nice to bring the whip down here one day. Just give it a shot, see what I can get out of here. I did try in winter time and I just blanked every single session, which I suppose put me off, but now it's summer almost. Oh, bag up. The sun's looking absolutely beautiful up there in the woods. I've just come round the other end of the pool and I love how it looks from round here. It's a completely different, well, it's not a completely different pool. It's obviously the same one, but it just looks a bit different, I think. It looks more like straight on that end, and I think it looks beautiful. Of course, I've never actually fished from this bit. I might try it sometime soon though, as I've come down before and there's been a fisherman here and he said that he reckons he's had a couple nice carp out of here, so I might try this peg one day. I'm a bit annoyed with myself because every time I come here I promise myself I'm going to bring like a floating rod so I can put some bread and surface fish for these carp in here, and every time I go up the shed to get all my gear out I completely forget to bring the float rod. I promise next time I come I'm going to do like a specific floating session on this pool. So I'm just going to float some bread, and I mentioned before I've got my fly fishing rod and I've got some bread flies for it. So if I could get one on that, that'd be awesome. So I think next time I come to the pond, I'm just going to float fish it. Get back through the jungle of rapeseed though, and get back to my peg. And I'm back on my chair. I've been watching the rod tip as well for about 5 minutes, because believe it or not, it's been 5 minutes since I made my trek back here. But I've been watching the rod tip and it started shaking from side to side at one point, but the line wasn't pulling at all, so I didn't bother. And again, believe it or not, I've been here for an hour and a half now, which is quite crazy. The line's just started to pull on this one, I'm not even lying. Might have just been some bubbles trying to make an effect, but I'm pretty sure the line's just pulled on that. Funny thing is, I was just about to say, as soon as I've been here an hour and a half, I'm going to bring that rod in and get it back out with some fresh bait, but I might leave it out for 5 more minutes now. Okay, so I did leave it a little bit longer, but I've decided to bring it in. I've rebaited up the feeder now, put the wafter back inside of it, and I'm going to get that back out. All of a sudden I take eyes off the rod for one singular second, turn back around, and the thing is roaring. So I lifted it up and I had a fish on. Okay guys, I've got a fish on. The rod just flew out of absolutely nowhere. Scared the life out of me, that did. I was watching it and it just went boom, like that. I've got a fish on though. Must be a big carp because he's on the surface. I've just seen him. I don't want to rush getting him in though, so I'll just take my time, let him play for a bit, let a little bit of the drag out actually. I let too much out, just, I don't know if you saw, and it went wild, so perfect, that is. Let me just test it. Yeah, that's perfect, that is. Just let him fight for a bit then. So glad I've got this fish on, to be honest with you. I didn't think I was going to catch today because I've been here so long. I haven't had one hooked or nothing, but I've got one hooked and I'm really, really chuffed. Hopefully it's the mirror carp. If this is the mirror carp, that'll make my day. And then my mission will be fulfilled of catching the mirror carp out of this pool. He's going under my other line at the moment. I've got to try and bring him back. I'll let a bit of the drag out so he don't go missing. But here we go then. To try and pull him back. He's coming on the surface. I can see his ripples. Haven't quite seen him yet though. Whoa, there we go. That's a big pull. Oh my god, it looks like a mirror. That looks like it very well could be a mirror carp, okay? Oh no, it's a common. It's a common. I can see him. I don't know if you can see him there. He's running around the pool like a mad fish. He's coming in. He's coming in. He's on the surface now. This fish is fighting like a 20-pounder. I'm not even going to lie. Can you just see him there on the surface? He's swimming. He's a beautiful fish, he is actually. Mission is though, I've got to try and get him right beneath my feet and get a lot of the line in so I can just net him as easy as I possibly can, because the water levels dropped quite rapidly and I don't want to like slip in or nothing. He's right beneath me. I can just about get to the point where I can net him. I'll just get the net in hand ready for when he gets here. Really pulling though. He doesn't want to come in, this fish doesn't. Come on, maybe he's giving up now. I'll get him in. Ah, There we go, I've landed him. Nice hook there, right in the top lip, just where most of them get hooked, to be honest. He's pretty big, this carp. I'd say he's one of the 5-pounders. I will weigh him, actually. What a beaut that is, though. He's a common carp, not the mirror like I wanted. But look at his scales, he's proper bronze, he's beautiful. Well, here he is then. Absolutely stunning fish, this is, to be honest. Just look at his scales, like I showed you just. He's proper, like, golden bronzy brown. He's beautiful. He's got a pretty nice mouth on him, to be honest. He's got a girthy head. Top spine was just out as well, and it's just again beautiful. He's only a small fish, but he feels quite heavy, to be honest. 5 pounds at most, I'd say. He might shock me and be a bit heavier though, but honestly, he looks like one I've never caught before. I don't recognise the fish. That sounds weird, I recognise a fish, but I do recognise the ones I've caught before. They have like a different look than this guy. He's more long and more different, this one is, to be honest. But yeah, first catch of the session. Hopefully there's some more to come, potentially the mirror. But I'll get him weighed now and get him back in. Beautiful. There we are then, what did I say? He's 5 pound 8 ounce, which is pretty good. We'll just take this guy back in the net to the little releasing spot here. It's like a little peg. I like to release the fish on it, but he'll go in there. I'm sure he'll swim right off. I don't even need to rest him, to be honest. So get the net in the right position and get this guy back into the water. Beautiful fish. Off he swims. Awesome. I'm really happy that I've caught that fish. It's currently 20 to 8 as well. It was pretty late. That's probably the latest I've ever caught a carp, except when I was night fishing. I do like catching the carp out of this pool. They just come unexpected, to be honest. I was sat right here in the chair, just watching the rod, and obviously it's not there now, but the cork one, it just went flying. Saying that, it's not there. It's about time I get the rod casted back in, so I have a chance of getting another one. That's back out now. The sun's really starting to set as well. It's looking gorgeous, to be honest. Now that I've caught one on the method feeder, which is usual for this pond, I always catch them on the red krill wafters. But I'm going to try and prioritise catching one on the boilie now, because I really want to catch a fish on a boilie. It's definitely doable, but I've just got to heavily bait up around it, so I'm going to get the catapult and just bait up where I'm casted out. Obviously there'll be some bait down there from the PVA bag I chucked down with it, but that won't be enough. I need to start baiting it with the catapult. Scoop a bunch of this bait into the catapult, and then I'll fire it out. I did a couple catapults of that bait out now, so that is my boilie rig baited up again. I do have to start thinking about packing away in the next half hour to 40 minutes or so, I'd say. As you can see, the sun behind me has pretty much gone down almost. It was blazing just, but it's gone down almost. So yeah, let's call it the last half an hour of the session, this part. See how we do. Hopefully get that mirror carp I've been wanting. Honestly, I've completely lost track of time at this point. Last I knew it was 8:30, so I'd say I'm just going to give it another 10 minutes and start packing up, because sunset's at 9:30. But it's about a 30-minute walk back home, so I'll give it a little longer though. I say the rod on the left here has been having a little bit of action. The tip's been twitching every now and then, but nothing's coming from it. And still nothing came from the rods, so I decided to start packing them away, make my way back home, as I only had about 25 minutes of daylight left, and the sunset was beautiful this evening. And I brought both my rods in, put them both down, and got packed up. That's now most of my gear packed away. I'm ready to go home. Okay, so I've now come away from the pond. I've made it out of the jungle of rapeseed, but now it's time to go home. I had a wonderful session. I actually ended up catching a carp, which was pretty unbelievable, to be honest. I did not think for 1 second I was going to get one today for some reason, but I ended up getting one, which is a win in my eyes. Like I say, next time I come, I'm definitely going to bring my float rod with a piece of bread on it. I don't know if I'll get anything on it, because there is a lot of roach in that pool, and they tend to just come up to the bread, but it's worth a shot. I might even do an overnight session at this pool. I've just got to find a way to get the bivvy and everything down here, because it is in the middle of nowhere. But that's about all I've got for you today, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching. Please like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe to my channel down below, and once you've done that, turn on the post notification bell so you never miss another video in the future. Become a member of my channel if you'd like to. You get early access to these videos, and once I have enough members, I'm going to be doing member-only videos exclusive to you guys who are members of the channel. But that's about all I've got for you now, so I'll see you all in the next one. Peace for now.